Hello, business family. This is one of my absolute favorite topics, right? Now, my question to you is this. Are you a small and emerging business looking to do business with state and local governments? How do you position yourself or prepare your businesses to do that? How do you compete? Real question is it worth the time and the effort? Well, today we get to find out. My name is Jay Reynolds. I own Wolf Creek Consulting. We are a top ranked executive staffing company. And you know that this is the business of Black business. Now, this show is a show that's designed to help Black entrepreneurs and would-be business owners to start and to scale their business. It's really a unique opportunity to gain access to really successful people and thought leaders. I want you to hear from them. I want you to hear how they did it. Now, today we get to meet a thought leader in the procurement space. Meet Tahlia Gray, procurement analyst for the city of Miami and president of the National NBAA South Florida chapter. Hello, Tahlia. How are
Hi.
you?
How are you? Thank you for having me.
Great. No. Thank you. I'm so happy to talk to you because I think it's so critical that companies, small and whether they're minority companies or not, so we're going to be politically correct there these days. Mm-hmm. But small companies get the understand how it what happens in order to prepare yourself to do business with state and local government. So I'm really excited to talk to you. Now, you currently serve as the procurement analyst for the city of Miami. Why don't you break that down for us and tell us what that role entails and how you impact local businesses. But even before we do that, who are you? Tell me where you come from. Who are your role models? What makes you you?
My name is Tahlia Gray. I am a local. I'm a native from Broward County. I Hampton University graduate, Black MBA member since 2007. Definitely in a lot of organizations. Role models have been quite a few people across a number of organizations in Delta, in Links, in Black MBA. Obviously,
wow, you do it all. Links, you're Delta, Black MBA. Oh my God,
all of it.
You wear a lot of hats.
I'm very active in my alumni association. I used to be the Southeast regional president. I'm just all the things. I'm very always giving. I love to be connected and be in the community and providing any service, any knowledge that I have to those who need it.
Well, I got to tell you, just based on the organizations that you are part of and you lead, that is a heavy lift, right? I've certainly have been president of my. I'm an alpha. I've been president of my chapter, and I know that can be that can be interesting. So you've done that on three folds, right? So I God bless you.
It's not really that difficult. It does involve reading, though. And that is one thing that a lot of people tend to skip over. You must.
Yeah, it involves reading. It involves getting the RFP RFP back on time. Yes. It also involves answering the questions that they ask you, not a dissertation of what you want to hear.
Yes, exactly. And some of the avenues, other than reading the solicitation, but also reading up on the agency that you're working with or trying to work with in the procurement code. There are a number of different ways where, at least for the city, where we have different ways to procure items. So you have your sole, so you have your general, your RFPs, RFQs, IFBs, but you also have your sole sources. You have your bid waivers. You have your expert consultant agreements. You have we access other agency contracts. So if you're on another agency's contract, that's another way to get into the city as well.
Right.
So like learning about that, asking the questions that you need to ask when a solicitation comes. A lot of people are very scared to ask questions. They feel like they might make them look dumb or ignorant or whatever it may be. Right. That's not the case. Take full advantage of the state of Florida public records law. You can ask for everything.
Absolutely. You can find out anything that you want to know. Yeah.
Yep. And then also just
I'm sorry. I mean, interrupt. Go ahead. No, you go ahead. You first.
And also just, being visible and being acquainted with the agency. Like you have to kind of navigate your way to the department, navigate your way into the management to let them know, hey, it's a service that I have. This is how it can do a demo. If it's something that you can demo, do a demo. That helps as well.
Now, you started your career in aerospace and aviation supply chain. And what was that like? And how did it shape your career in terms of being where you are today?
I absolutely love that job. That is a job that I can say that I absolutely loved. And it was, my intro into the procurement process, but like on a private sector level, right? So I learned how to forecast for parts, plan out service repairs, to meet sales numbers. It was my introduction to management. I was interim materials director for about 8 months. And although I chose not to apply for the position, I was too young. I wanted my weekends back. It did help me land a role. Balance, exactly. It helped me land a role in production planning, managing about 250 men on the floor across 4 departments.
Wow.
So interesting enough, needing to be that analytical allowed for me for critical thinking that I needed to, and for government procurement at the interview level. I knew nothing about public procurement. I was completely ignorant to how it all worked. So when the questions that they asked, critical thinking, and I was able to ace that interview and get the job. So it also allowed me to come into the space with a fresh set of eyes, because I'm from the outside, and ask questions that are probing but not too crazy, and slowly incorporate changes amongst management here and the processes. Because I came
and not only that, I mean, something that there's a topic for a different time, but you were also a woman in a man's world. Kind of, sort of, back that time. That's a topic that we'll talk about some other time. But I know that had to be interesting as well. Now we need to stop and take a commercial break, and when we come back, I really want to talk to you about your perspective on leadership and community. Right, those two things need to go hand in hand. They don't always do. But when we come back, we'll talk about your perspective on that. We'll be right back.
In Miami-Dade, it's always that time of year, mosquito season. And they're an ongoing danger for our community. To protect yourself this season, follow these simple steps. Drain all standing water around your home and perform weekly checks on areas that accumulate regular buildup. When outside, make sure you cover up as best as possible. Finally, never forget to use repellent on skin and clothing.
Dude, your mom is so weird. I know.
Together, we can fight the bite and keep our community safe.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. 2 powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. Get your crew. You don't want to miss this. Lock in your seats now at orangeblossomclassic.com.
Miami-Dade is filled with dreams, talent, love. At the Children's Trust, we are dedicated to nurturing the potential of every child and family with hundreds of trust-funded programs. Find a program at thechildrenstrust.org.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman & Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family. Our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters. Because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. Demesman & Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
Help comes in many forms. As a Miami-Dade County bus operator, you can help your community, help those in need, and even help yourself. Operators have the opportunity to earn more than $50,000 a year plus built-in overtime, earn more than 13 paid holidays and vacation days, and take advantage of the tuition reimbursement program. Plus, qualified new drivers will receive a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Become a driving force in our community. Apply now at miamidade.gov/busdriver.
And welcome back, business family. And we're talking to Tahlia Gray. Tahlia, you wear a lot of hats. We talked about this a little bit before, but I really want to drill into it, right? You're the president of the National Black MBA South Florida chapter. You've been a member of you're a member of Delta Sigma Theta and a past president, and you're the former regional leader for the Hampton alumni. Now, talk to me about this. How do you balance all that? And why is community leadership so important to you?
Yeah, so just to clarify, just a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, no past president membership.
No past president.
If my stars are out here. Not yet. Give me some time.
You've done everything else.
But Hampton, Southeast Region Hampton, and then also executive board member once for the Lane State County chapter. So a good team is really how you manage all of this. I'm not gonna hold you. I have a good team members that take the lead in spaces when I'm not available or when I literally need rest. And also the calendar. You have to have a good calendar.
You gotta live by it, right?
Items in the calendar, right? Otherwise, it gets lost and I won't be there. But also,
that's funny. You and I are exactly alike about that. If it's not on my calendar, forget about it. It ain't getting done. At
all.
If it's not on my calendar and you haven't talked to my assistant, it ain't happening.
Right. But also, the missions of all of those organizations are kind of interconnected in some way or another. So you're able to move with intention and not really overload. A lot of collaboration. Mm-hmm. I'm really big on collaboration. And, all of it is rooted in service, empowerment, building pathways, et cetera, for others. And so it matters to me because I've seen how access and advocacy and representation can change the trajectory of somebody's life.
My God. And not only the trajectory of that person, but the orbit, but also everybody in that person's orbit, right?
Yeah.
Everybody. It changes everybody.
Yeah.
That's an interesting point.
Yep. And giving back is a responsibility. If we don't create and protect our spaces for our community to thrive or to, move forward, who will? Somebody has to do it.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer that reaching back with your dominant hand and pulling up that person behind you. I'm also a really big advocate of telling our history, right? Mm-hmm. And especially through the Black MBA Association and some other things that you do. It's important that we're able to continue our history and tell our history, or somebody else is going to tell it for us, to the point that you just made.
Absolutely.
Talk to me a little bit about the kind of programs and support systems the Black MBA Association is currently up to right now. What are you guys doing, and what kind of support and services are you providing for Black professionals and entrepreneurs?
So our chapter offers in-person and virtual events such as your lunch and learns, networking mixers, some workshops. We've had topics like fundraising, financial legacy planning, writing professionally for those around this time, because our national conference is coming up. We tend to provide some virtual professional development for the graduate students so that if they are going to conference, they can land that job. But we also have, as far as our programming is called, we have Elevate Your Intellect, which is centered around professional and economic growth, such as financial literacy from the basic to expert level. We have Build in Black, where we highlight and discuss being Black in leadership and being Black and aspiring to leadership roles. We have Standing on Business, which is all things career-wise, interviews, attire, negotiating salaries, et cetera. We have Let's Talk Business, which is solely entrepreneur-focused. Everything is entrepreneur-focused for that area. And then we have Lifestyle, where we not only facilitate elevated social outings, but also sessions about work-life balance and mental health.
Cool. Well, that means that I probably need to pay my dues.
Yes, we're here.
Right. So tell me, how are you marketing to guys like that like myself, who haven't been active in a very long time? What are you doing in order to bridge that gap between people that are the Black MBAs that are not active in the organization today?
We are asking them to come back and share. So we're trying to individually reach out to members who have been in our organization, some of our seasoned members, to come back and share. That way.
You mean the old guys like me, right?
Yes, the old guys. And even we have some lifetime members. And, the lifetime membership, it's already paid for. So there's no financial get back for us, but we want them to come back and share because there's a legacy there. And they
Absolutely.
can show us, you know, how to move around in these spots, how to navigate this organization, this chapter in general. So we do reach out, and some of them are business owners, and we've reached out and asked for, you know, some information so that we can highlight their business as well.
Right. Well, I'm a firm believer in iron sharpens iron, right? And again, you know, there's a legacy there that we have a responsibility to pass on. And I think, you know, guys that have, I won't say made it, but people that have emerged in their businesses kind of owe it to the people behind them to do exactly the same thing. Yeah. Now, girl, I got to tell you, you're a busy person. I keep saying that all I say. But you've been honored by Legacy Magazine 40 Under 40, Hampton University 40 Under 40. What do those recognitions mean to you? Why is that important, and how do you parlay that into your career?
You know, it's an honor for someone to see what I do and say, hey, she needs to be recognized. I don't toot my horn a lot. I do like to ask for a little credit every now and then, like, hold on, you know, I did this, but I don't toot my horn and I shy away from the spotlight. Even this right now is a lot for me, but I'm just worried about really just getting the work done and being impactful to someone. And so these recognitions and being included in some of these, like the Hampton University Alumni Society and the 40 Under 40 Society, allow me to connect with more people and bring them into the fold of what I'm doing in these organizations. And I'm grateful for that.
Cool. Hey, well, I'll tell you what, you are absolutely making a difference, I can tell. Let's talk about Black women in your space. How is it important? How important is it for Black women in procurement and leadership to be visible and vocal?
So Black women need to be in these spaces to help advocate for our space and our stories. No one's going to tell our stories properly like we will, and no one's going to provide the services to our communities in the way that we need it like we will. There's been a number of times where I've had to hard down advocate for a specific group to handle services for the community because the other group, it would be a disconnect. It would be a complete disconnect for them to do so. But also in being in spaces like this and being in leadership, it inspires the youth. And I'm talking like not just the kids, but like your young adults, seeing someone moving and shaking with integrity, and it can inspire them, the next generation, to do the work because the work will never be done. So someone needs to carry the torch.
I will tell you this, I have to give a shout out to Black women in procurement because there have been numerous and sundry cases where, you know, they have advocated for me and my business and put their arms around me to help me to navigate the landmines out there because there are a lot of landmines, right? And I really have to kind of shout out to Black women in procurement who have been instrumental in moving my business from one place to the next. So I really thank that. Thank you and others like you. We got about 1 minute left before we go to commercial break. What about providing opportunities for small business? Tell me what are you doing right now to make that happen? And we're probably going to have to come back and talk about that a little bit more.
So right now in the District 5 specifically, she's been very vocal about getting small businesses access and opportunities.
In this D&I world that we currently live in?
But you know, District 5, she's about the game. She don't play that. But she's been very vocal about it, and we've been doing a lot reaching out specifically to small businesses that we want to pull into our contracts. I have a number of pools that I can add people to, and I try to rotate them through that process so that they get some work. But also your other organizations like your chambers, your Miami-Dade Economic Advocates Trust, the Broward County's Office of Economic Development, those spaces, they have.
Sandy. Yeah. Hey, we got to go to commercial break. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about that. And I also want to know what's next for you. So we'll be right back.
In Miami-Dade, it's always that time of year, mosquito season. And they're an ongoing danger for our community. To protect yourself this season, follow these simple steps. Drain all standing water around your home and perform weekly checks on areas that accumulate regular buildup. When outside, make sure you cover up as best as possible. Finally, never forget to use repellent on skin and clothing.
Dude, your mom is so weird. I know.
Together, we can fight the bite and keep our community safe.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. Get your crew. You don't want to miss this. Lock in your seats now at orangeblossomclassic.com.
Miami-Dade is filled with dreams, talent, love. At the Children's Trust, we are dedicated to nurturing the potential of every child and family with hundreds of trust-funded programs. Find a program at thechildrenstrust.org.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman & Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family, our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters. Because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. Demesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
Help comes in many forms. As a Miami-Dade County bus operator, you can help your community, help those in need, and even help yourself. Operators have the opportunity to earn more than $50,000 a year plus built-in overtime, earn more than 13 paid holidays and vacation days, and take advantage of the tuition reimbursement program. Plus, qualified new drivers will receive a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Become a driving force in our community. Apply now at miamidade.gov/busdriver.
Welcome back, Tahlia. I really want to talk a little bit more about what we were talking about before commercial break, because I think that's really, really, really important. So as the viewing audience remembers, she was talking about how programs and projects are allocated to community and how important it is for you to get yourself in the room. Mm-hmm. So perhaps you can gain access to some of these projects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like some organizations or agencies, like I said, Miami-Dade Economic Advocacy Trust, they make sure that there's a set aside for small businesses. So that's very key to get in.
I'll tell you what, Sandy McDonald is an absolute beast as it relates to that.
Lawanda's out here on the streets. Lawanda's getting it out there too. But those are more of the key things. The city of Miami doesn't quite deal with certifications, only on the construction side, because that's state of Florida mandated. But for the goods and services, we try to find creative ways that are legal to get people in so that they can, have the opportunity, even to the point where we have had a prime and a subcontractor meet and greet. So if you were interested in being a subcontractor on a contract or with one of these primes, you could, because that's a way for you to get your foot in the door as well. So those are some of the most, I guess, the most relevant or the easiest ways to get your foot in the door.
Okay. What's next for you? Where are you headed? What are some of the upcoming projects or initiatives that are particularly exciting for you?
So professionally, I'm considering branching out into a little consulting work to further assist businesses in their government contracting aspirations as much as I can. I tested it out in Philly. It worked. It did well. So I may try to push that into the next chapter of me. However, for Black MBA, we have a dynamic event coming up on August 15th. It's called the Entrepreneur Accelerator Summit. This is the first time that we're doing it here. It is something that has started by our New York chapter, and they've been doing it for years, and now they're moving it around to all the other chapters. It's a one-day summit, FAU downtown Fort Lauderdale, tailored to entrepreneurs from early stage founders to seasoned business owners seeking professional growth, resilience. Our programming includes workshops on smart scaling, financial mastery, digital marketing and AI, customer experience, talent acquisition, work-life balance, and more.
Ooh.
We have look, you have to come. We have a post-summit networking mixer as well. So to connect the speakers and the also the people together, because you'll be in these classes, you may not be able to chit chat during the classes. It is a full day. We have a number of dynamic speakers from orgs such as Black Men in Tech, and also the wonderful Ann McNeil from MCO Construction.
I love that lady.
And many more. She's our keynote. She's our opening. So you must be there. And tickets are currently on sale at bcelerator.com/South Florida.
Awesome. I got to tell you, Tahlia, I really, really enjoyed talking to you. Enjoyed hearing about the things that you're doing, and know that, hey, you wear a lot of hats, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to do this. It's really, really important for people to see people like yourself. So
thank you.
I want to thank the audience, my business family out there. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on social media, and join us next week when we bring even more stories of Black excellence. Until then, keep building. Tahlia, continue to make a difference. You are absolutely making a difference. This is the Business of Black Business. This is Jay Reynolds. Thanks Legacy Magazine for making this important. Dexter and your team, I appreciate all you do. We'll see you next time.